Do you think this tearing apart of the alliance would benefit BJP in the longer run?
I think the tearing up of the alliance, even in the short run, is benefiting the BJP. I think for us to be contesting with the BJP, with the Akali Dal today, would have been a baggage that we are carrying. And time will tell on the 4th. But I feel that the decision taken by the party of not doing an alliance is beneficial.
On the other hand, we see farmers, hindering your campaigns in the rural areas, and this issue is all getting very much fiercely, peddled in the narratives of political landscape in Punjab. How do you see that?
See, firstly, they're not farmers.
Okay, they are not farmers.
They're not farmers. They are jathas of Bhagwant Mann.
Okay.
They are 100% jathas of Bhagwant Mann. They have been planted there by Bhagwant Mann only to sabotage all the BJP candidates. Nobody else.
They're not just backed by Aam Aadmi Party. You are saying that they are
planted?
backed.
They are totally backed and planted by the Aam Aadmi Party. I said I have two questions. Nidhi Saman, Kisan Nidhi Saman Yojana, where a Kisan is getting 6,000 rupees directly in his pocket every year, policy of the Prime Minister's. I said, tell me how many of you people have returned that 6,000 rupees? Second question of mine is that there's another flagship program of the Prime Minister's, which is Ayushman Bharat, through which we get 5 lakhs of rupees to get any operation, any medical care required.
Yeah.
I said, tell me how many of you have not made Ayushman Bharat card? If you can answer me these two questions, I will answer your 11 questions. It's been 11 days. The fact is that this jatha that's going around is not a farmer jatha, because the real farmer is with Modi.
With BJP's image that farmers' resentment is damaging your party in one way or
There
the
is
other.
no farmer resentment. This is a jatha.
But this narrative somehow is damaging your party.
I promise you, when you see the votes on the 4th, this is not damaging us. The people of Punjab are looking at Modi Sahab because they really believe.
So you believe Modi's magic is very much prevalent in Punjab as of now?
I think Modi Sahab's commitments, I think the fact that people believe je Modi hai to mumkin hai, that narrative is very much in the people's mind. Today, getting an industrialist, if he wants to set up a factory today, getting an NOC from the government is not good enough. He needs to get an NOC from these jathas. So where you're going is absolutely right. Nobody is willing to invest in Punjab.
Congress has majority to, counter-attack the incumbent party here to, take these issues up in the Vidhan Sabha. Why aren't they not taking up?
I think they might have tried in their own way. So the Akali Dal government for 10 years has failed in creating jobs, and so did the last Congress government. It failed in creating jobs.
You've also switched the party from Congress to BJP only in 2022, I suppose. In 2021, was it earlier than that? When was it?
I am the only person in Punjab who has quit from the Vidhan Sabha and left the Congress Party. I quit the Congress Party in 2014.
So you joined BJP recently in 2020.
But I quit the Congress Party.
You left the Congress Party long ago, but you joined BJP quite later on.
I'm not a Dal Badlu like they call it in political terms. I left the Congress Party when I was MLA from Turi.
Who are switching their ships right now, just right ahead of the Lok Sabha elections? Do you see them as Dal Badlus?
No, I won't classify them as Dal Badlus. I'm just saying it's a narrative that goes on in Punjab. The fact of the matter is, I saw what is coming. What they are saying today about the Congress Party, I saw it in 2014.
You saw it a decade ago?
I saw it and I told the leadership in Delhi, I said, you guys are far away from reality.
Hello and welcome to the Savera. This is Dinkle before you. Today we are in the hot seat of Sangrur constituency, and joining us today is a two-time MLA from Sangrur and Dhuri, none other than BJP candidate from Sangrur constituency, Mr. Arvind Khanna.
Thank
Hello,
you,
sir.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Savera. How are you
you
feeling today?
Good. All good.
And I believe more than any other party, the raising temperatures are your major challengers in this fray.
No,
Yeah, do you see that?
I don't think so.
You're just coming back from the campaign.
Yeah, I'm coming from campaigning. I think.
How hard it is to, campaign in such scorching heat?
I'm used to the heat. I actually have a problem campaigning in the cold.
Okay.
I am very happy with heat. It doesn't really make me a difference. So, no, I'm very happy.
So it's kind of working in your favor.
It's kind of okay. I'm managing.
Okay. So how are you getting the response from public?
Very good. Very good response. People, see, there are two things. The people in the towns are looking at Modi Saab. The people in the villages who benefited from all the schemes like Ayushman Bharat, like Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, or whether it's the ration through the Neela cards. So there's so much work that Modi Saab has done that there's a very good response.
There is good recognition to the BJP's work in the rural areas of the Sangrur constituency.
There is recognition of the BJP's work. There is definite recognition of the Prime Minister's work. Over the last 2 years, the Bharatiya Janata Party in Punjab has worked, to set up our own karyakartas, our workforce. Earlier, we didn't have that. We used to rely on the Akali Dal. In the last 2 years, we built our workforce, we built our team. So there's been a lot of prachar, there's been a lot of exposure with the people about the Prime Minister's achievements. We also did a program here a couple of months ago where we did a Modi Guaranteed vans. They came into all the villages and they spoke about all the things that Modi Saab has done, all the schemes that are working. So that has had a very positive impact on the people.
Now I have 2 follow-up questions, but I would like to begin with Shromani Akali Dal. Now that we've mentioned your former ally, how do you see their breaking apart from BJP?
They took this decision pre-22 and
after the Kisan protest
during
of
the
the
Kisan
2020.
election time. So, it's a decision they took. We didn't take that decision. And I think the best person to answer that would be the president of the Akali Dal, why he did this decision. Because I don't think the people of Punjab right now are actually even looking towards the Shromani Akali Dal.
Do you think this tearing apart of the alliance would benefit BJP in the longer run?
I think the tearing up of the alliance, even in the short run, is benefiting the BJP. I think for us to be contesting with the BJP, with the Akali Dal today, would have been a baggage that we are carrying.
In what ways?
See, they have been in power. Okay, there have been issues when they were in power, which haven't been. I don't want to get into them because they are religious issues, but there have been issues where they have done major faux pas, and people have not yet forgiven them for those. It's the same situation with the Congress party. So those issues today are still haunting them. So I think that baggage would have definitely come towards the BJP or come on to the BJP. I think the work that we've done in building our Sangathan in the last 2 years is helping us, and time will tell on the 4th. But I feel that the decision taken by the party of not doing an alliance is beneficial.
Okay. Now moving to the second follow-up question that I have in my mind, that is BJP's work is reaching the rural areas of your constituency, but on the other hand, we see farmers, hindering your campaigns in the rural areas, and this issue is all getting very much fiercely, peddled in the narratives of political landscape in Punjab. How do you see that?
See, firstly, they're not farmers.
Okay, they are not farmers.
They're not farmers. They're jathas of Bhagwant Mann.
Okay.
They are 100% jathas of Bhagwant Mann. They've been planted there by Bhagwant Mann only to sabotage all the BJP candidates. Nobody else.
They're not just backed by Aam Aadmi Party. You're saying that they are planted?
Backed. They are totally backed and planted by the Aam Aadmi Party. They are basically, look, somebody came to see me from this jatha of Bhagwant Mann's a couple of days ago when my campaign started, and they said that, look, we have taken a decision to stop you guys from campaigning, but if you answer 11 of our questions, we will back off. So I said, look, so they showed me the 11 questions, and I said, look, this is ridiculous. I said, okay, but fine.
What were those questions, if you can mention?
They're so long to remember. Ridiculous questions. And I asked them 2 simple things. I said, listen, I'm willing to answer these 11 questions. You answer 2 questions of mine. There are 2 main policies of the Prime Minister that directly are related to you. I'm not even talking about subsidy. I'm not talking about increase in MSP. I'm not talking about any of those things. I'm not even talking about the fact that that we are willing to give 7, we are giving already on 2, we are willing to give 5 more crops, subsidy, MSP and whatever Jakar Saab has mentioned. I said, I have 2 questions. Nidhi Saman, Kisan Nidhi Saman Yojana, where a Kisan is getting 6,000 rupees directly in his pocket every year. It's a policy of the Prime Minister's. I said, tell me, how many of you people have returned that 6,000 rupees? Okay, I'll answer your 11 questions. You answer me this question. How many of you have returned that 6,000 rupees? Second question of mine is that there's another flagship program of the Prime Minister's, which is Ayushman Bharat, through which we get 5 lakhs of rupees to get any operation, any medical care required.
Yeah.
I said, tell me, how many of you have not made Ayushman Bharat card? If you can answer me these 2 questions, I will answer your 11 questions. It's been 11 days. I haven't heard from them. The fact is that this jatha that's going around is not a farmer jatha, because the real farmer is with Modi.
Okay.
These guys are here to distract people's attention from the real muddas. The promises that Bhagwant Mann made with the Punjab 2.5 years ago, he's trying to distract their attention. Today, even your first question to me is about this. It's not about anything else, you know. So it's a distraction tactic.
It's very closely associated with BJP's image that farmers' resentment is damaging your party in one way or the other.
There is no farmer resentment. This is a jatha.
But this narrative somehow is damaging your party.
I promise you, when you see the votes on the 4th, this was not damaging us. The people of Punjab are looking at Modi Saab because they really believe.
So you believe Modi's magic is very much prevalent in Punjab as of now?
I think Modi Saab's commitments. I think the fact that people believe je Modi hai to mumkin hai, that narrative is very much in the people's mind. So I really believe that.
Moving on to my next question, farmers have somehow ruined the economical status of Punjab also. You know, they have given it a very sharp hit in a way, like road blockages and the railway blockages. Being a businessman yourself, how do you see such things? Because people are not keen on investing in Punjab anymore because of these uncertainties.
You're absolutely right, but I won't again say the farmers have done it. I'll say these jathas of Bhagwant Mann have ruined the atmosphere. The farmers are not interested in all this that's going on. The farmers are interested in what? It's not even an MSP. MSP is a way that they believe their lives can get better. The issue really is that the farmer wants his livelihood to get better. It's a matter of income. Like anybody, even a small shopkeeper or a person who's put up a ready, or a guy who's selling samosas or whatever vapar we do, whatever work we do, we want our lives to get better, our income to get better, because if our income gets better, we believe our lives will get better. So the fact is that in their fight, a real farmer, in his expectations of getting a better life, the Bharatiya Janata Party and Prime Minister Modi are 100% committed to that. 100% committed to that. And there's a lot of work going on in that.
If we keep them aside, if they are planted or if they are real farmers, but the point is the industrialists and the businessmen are
absolutely.
getting,
Bhagwant Mann is absolutely responsible for this. This
the lack
thing.
of law and order.
Totally. You think a CM of any state cannot put an end to this in 2 minutes? Come on, he can put an end to this in 2 minutes. He's not letting it. You're absolutely right. What is happening today, these jathas, when they cross the toll plaza, you must have just come from a toll plaza. If you came from Chandigarh or from Jalandhar, you had to pay your toll tax before you crossed it. They don't. Tomorrow you and me have a dispute. You're not a farmer, I'm not a farmer. They're sitting outside our house, but they want to do the samjhota. Today, getting an industrialist, if he wants to set up a factory today, getting an NOC from the government is not good enough. He needs to get an NOC from these jathas. So where you're going is absolutely right. Nobody is willing to invest in Punjab. When I started my political career in 2002, when I fought my first election, when I used to go into the village, the most important, the biggest demand of a woman in the village was about getting her pension. It was all surrounded about pension.
Okay.
Today, their biggest demand is about getting employment for their children. how will employment be created in a state
If there is no
when this
investment.
kind of situation is being created? This is not the press of Punjab. This is the whole press of India. The whole world press is aware of what's going on in Punjab. And who's going to put money under this circumstance? No one will. I agree with you. It's sad.
And why do you think that opposition is quite on it? Congress has majority to, counterattack the incumbent party here to, take these issues up in the Vidhan Sabha. Why aren't they not taking up?
I think they
such
might have
issues?
tried in their own way. But the fact is that a lot of them are not being able to criticize the government because they were in power 5 years ago. They haven't done anything either. This is not a phenomena that let's talk about creating employment. We're not talking about the Jathas. If you talk about creating employment, no one's created employment. Neither did the Akali government, which was in power for 10 years. Maybe Sukhbir can claim that he built nice roads, but not in comparison to what Gadkari has done. But he can claim he's built some infrastructure. But the infrastructure is not creating jobs. So the Akali Dal government for 10 years has failed in creating jobs, and so did the last Congress government. It failed in creating jobs. So they know that people will indirectly ask them that, why you had this 2 years ago, it was them in power. Let them tell me, or let them tell the public, who am I? Let them tell the public of Punjab, what infrastructure or what jobs have they created in the last tenure. The reason for this stuff is that there's unemployment in Punjab.
So it is how the current government projects. Are these the legacy issues given by the Congress?
No, I don't think
Do
these
you
are legacy
agree to them?
issues. I think every government, look, any new government coming to power is carrying legacy issues, but they tackle them very well. The problem is that the Aam Aadmi Party is going exactly the way the Congress Party is going. They haven't created any employment. You may talk about it, make announcements. The announcements eventually have to deliver. So there's no delivery. The unfortunate thing is, under this circumstances, which was not there in the last Congress government at least, no one's going to come and invest here. You want peace and tranquility.
Absolutely. Now that we are talking about Congress, we have seen many defectors over the last 2.5 years. You have also switched the party from Congress to BJP only in 2022, I suppose. In 2021? Was it earlier than that? When was it?
I am the only person in Punjab who has quit from the Vidhan Sabha and left the Congress Party. I quit the Congress Party in 2014.
So you joined BJP recently in 2020.
But I quit the Congress Party.
You left the Congress Party long ago,
In
but
the-
you joined
yeah.
BJP
So
quite later on.
I'm not a Dal Badlu like they call it in political terms. I left the Congress Party when I was MLA from Turi.
Do you see other people who are switching their ships right now as Dal Badlus then?
Sorry, I didn't know.
Who are switching their ships right now, just right ahead of the Lok Sabha elections? Do you see them as Dal Badlus?
No, I won't classify them as Dal Badlus. I'm just saying it's a narrative that goes on in Punjab. The fact of the matter is, I saw what is coming. What they are saying today about the Congress Party, I saw it in 2014.
So you saw it a decade ago.
I saw it, and I told the leadership in Delhi, I said, you guys are far away from reality. The Congress Party since 2014 has been far away from reality. And I must be the only person in Punjab. I had a 3-year tenure still left. I quit and walked away. I could have joined the Akali Dal. I didn't. I just quit cold turkey because I didn't believe that both parties are actually doing anything. I stayed away from politics from 15 onwards till 21.
And that was my next
And
question.
then I got an offer from the BJP to come and work for them. And I have seen what Modi Sahab has done over the last, now I joined them 2.5 years ago, so 8 years. I'm extremely impressed by what he's done. I mean, this country has never blossomed the way it has in the last 8 years. And in the last 8 years when I joined, and now it's 10 years, people adore Modi. So I think I'm in the right party. I think we are connected I'm far more connected than even I expected when I joined.
Before we jump on to our next question, I want you to differentiate between the Congress and the BJP. How their ideology is different and how does it feels different to be their leaders? You've been associated with Congress for a long time.
I think where the BJP is very deeply connected with the vote. The voters, with the people of India. They understand, they have their karyakartas sitting there. There's huge feedback coming in from various channels into the BJP. Unlike the Congress Party, where there's only that your halka in charge or your president of the party giving feedback. Here they have multiple channels that are feeding the BJP on what is reality, what are people's expectations, what are people's needs. So there's a huge
multi-channel communication they have.
Huge multi-channel. So that's the major difference. Ideologically, I think the Bharatiya Janata Party is today on a path of trying to unite this country with things like 370 Hatana, 370 and all. We are trying to unite this country.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, that now we talk about ideological differences of the party and unity. We have seen that opposition drives the narrative that BJP is anti-Muslim, and given that you have that constituency which has a town, comprises of a town which is Muslim dominated, and now that BJP has that image of being an anti-Muslim party, how do you see that your party, will?
I think sometimes it's unfortunate that the political parties try and build this narrative. I have been in this party for 2.5 years, being and before that, being in politics, or actively looking at what's happening in the nation. I have not seen any step taken by the Prime Minister or his cabinet which can be directed at saying this is anti any community. Whether it's the Sikh community, whether it's the Muslim community, whether it's the Christian community. I don't see anything like that. There is a narrative that Bharat first, India first.
He might have not taken those steps, but his recent comments like, that Congress party will take the resources from Hindus and give it to the Muslims, give it to the people who, have more children or are infiltrators. I
think those narratives or those issues that the PM has touched, okay, because I'm busy in my own campaign, so I haven't gone into the details of it. But I think those narratives that the PM has touched are narratives that have come out from the Congress party. Some congressman has made that statement, or some close aide of...
it was Sam Pitroda's statement earlier that he said that there should be inheritance law in India on the lines of as it is in the USA, but it's not part of their manifesto.
Yeah, but he's a very senior... He's a very senior and close aide of Rahul Gandhi. He was a very close aide of Rajiv Gandhi also, and Sonia Gandhi. So if he's making a statement, it's something in their mind. You don't have to put everything in the manifesto to implement it. So I think this statement where PM has picked it up from is actually a fact that this is what they are saying. So it's not a thing that the PM has just plucked out of the air and said, "Aaj main is mudde pe baat karunga." The fact is that they have said it. So you can't...
Speaking of the statement, sir, your competitor from the Congress party, Sukhpal Singh Khera, has also given a controversial statement. It was only yesterday he said that migrants should not have this right to purchase land in Punjab. They should not become a voter and should not have right on the government jobs of the state. How do you see that statement?
See,
He has claimed that it will damage the demographic fabric of Punjab, and the Sikhs will become a minority in the times to come if it continues to happen.
If there's any thing on this issue, the fact of the matter is that the amount of people from our villages in the community that have gone off to Canada and England and stuff, that migration is already taking place.
True.
And the reason that migration is taking place is because you guys who've been in power for so long have never been able to create the jobs or the environment for our children to get employment here. Now, I'm not getting into the nitty-gritty of this. I think it's a 50-50 statement. There should definitely be a protection for Punjabis in industry. In private industries. If someone is coming and setting up factories here, the first choice should be Punjabis. But you cannot just say that nobody else can get jobs. So, it's like saying that our children who've gone to Canada should not get employment there. That's ridiculous. Or someone from Punjab who's
what
working
if Australia and Canada comes up with such laws?
Absolutely. No, forget that.
What happens if
Haryana and Himachal or Gurgaon comes up with these acts? Where will our Punjabi children go? Because
he has said that Himachal and Gujarat already have such laws.
They don't have such laws. Himachal has a law that from what I'm aware of, and I may be wrong, but the law that I'm aware of, that Himachal has a law that says that I can't, as a non-Himachali, go and buy agricultural land. I can go into whatever else I want. I know so many industrialists who have factories set up in Himachal and who are employing people from anywhere. The law is about agriculture. The law is not about employment creation. So I think one is that. Secondly, in government jobs, yeah, there should be a priority for Punjabis, but you can't, if you don't have the qualification skills, then we'll have to get something. You can't shut down a hospital because we don't have our own people, or you can't have someone giving you medication who's not fit to give you medication. So it's a catch-20.
It should be merit-based and not...
It has to be merit-based. It's India we're talking about. I mean, we're talking about India.
So do you agree to the statement, or are you neutral to the statement?
I don't agree with it, but I don't completely disagree with it. I think there has to be a middle path that has to be taken. I think there's a validity that our Punjabis, people living in Punjab, need to be given priority, but you cannot stop development because we have lack of qualified people. So I think it's a mixed bag. So I'm 50-50 on the statement.
Okay, great. Speaking of your competitors, here are 20 candidates going to the polls in Sangrur constituency alone. And majorly 4 parties. Here are 5 key parties going to the polls. And who do you think is your major competitor to the least?
I don't think there's any competition.
Oh, that's well a huge statement to give.
People of India are voting for Modi. They're not voting for Arvind Khanna. I've just been told to go and collect the votes. So I'm just a name. Actually, people of Punjab are voting for Modi. They're not voting for Arvind Khanna.
This has been a huge idea of BJP party. Like we are Sena of Modi ji. Like we have heard it.
Look, the fact is you cannot.
But people who are voting from you, from here, will bank upon you for their needs. And
look, Mr. Modi is going to make sure I'm responsible. He's, you know how the way he works. So he's going to watch everything I do, or every promise he's made to the people is delivered to the people. But people are not voting in Punjab today or in India today for anyone else but for Mr. Modi. So I believe that whatever is happening in Punjab today, the mood of the people of Punjab today is directly related to Mr. Modi, nothing to do with his, maybe 2%, 1% people, chehra changa hai. But the vote is for Mr. Modi and nobody else.
So you don't see any competition from Sangrur constituency at all?
I don't see any competition in the whole of India for Mr. Modi.
Okay.
So I think that the whole of Punjab...
But if in your constituency, we have to talk about between Congress, Shromani Akali Dal, Amritsar, Shromani Akali Dal, and the Aam Aadmi Party, how would you put them in, chronology? Who have chances, fair chances?
So I would say Modi Saab is here and everyone else is immaterial. Honestly, I'm not saying it because of it. If I was in competition, if it was votes because of me or because of my whatever... No, today it is all about Mr. Modi and nobody else. So I'm not even getting into where the competition. I don't see right now there's anyone who can compete with what Modi Saab has done over the last 10 years.
So you're taking, sir, moving on to my next question, you were taking the Lok Sabha political plunge after 2 decades. You started in 2004 and now it's 2024. It's been
Absolutely,
20 years.
20 years.
What are the differences that you see? What are the key developments that have not been done over the past 20 years and are still to be done?
So the dynamics of the constitution have changed a bit.
In what ways? Can you
in the sense, we had a delimitation a few years ago. So there were 2 areas that were closer to Ludhiana that were part of Sangrur Parliament seat. Today, it's actually like Lehra and Sanam have come into this area. So geographically, there's a little change. Unfortunately, I'm saying this with complete sincerity, where development is concerned, there is not much development that's happened here in 20 years.
And if we go by the public sentiment, things have worsened.
I think so too. So I've answered their question without you even telling me. I don't think anything major has happened. There's not one industry that I have seen of substance that has come in. You see, we are an agriculture-based area. We cannot bring in here big steel plants or
also, there are raging environmental concerns in Sangrur. We cannot have the basic necessity of clean drinking water. there are so many cancer patients in the area.
So they are
and
trying
such.
now. Obviously, Modi Sahab has that thing about getting clean drinking water to every home. Like he had the thing of getting rid of the fires being used for cooking food and stuff, and we had the gas cylinders. So there are major issues here. But you cannot go around saying that we'll set up major textile units here or major steel factories. This is an agriculture-based area. So we have to work towards more cooperative farming businesses. We have to work towards, if you go towards Chandigarh right now, you'll pass a village of mine called Channo. Channo has a Pepsi plant there.
Okay.
Set up long time ago. I think it was set up during Banala Saab's time. And that plant has done huge development there for the farmers because it's buying potatoes. It's a potato chip factory. Now,
so it's favoring them economically.
Yeah, so the farmers have benefited. The truck unions around there have benefited, the truck operators. Children have then wanted to become entrepreneurs by supplying boxes, electrical work, computers. So there's been a general
ecosystem of entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Those are the kind of things we need to do in Sangrur.
I was just to conclude my session with you to, I need you to answer what developments will you bring if voted to
It
power
has to
in
be
Sangrur?
agriculture based. It has to be.
What kind of agriculture based?
See, exactly like what Pepsi is doing. Now, Pepsi is buying potatoes for their
plants
chips.
would be set up.
See, Malerkotla, you talked about that Muslim man. Malerkotla is known for growing vegetables. Okay, so why can't we do something which is an industry there related with vegetables? You have all these people now trying to buy fresh vegetables. You have all these shops now in cities like Ludhiana, Jalandhar, Chandigarh, where there's fresh produce coming in. It's like nearly from field to fork kind of a thing. So you can do that there. Here there's farmers, there's a plant in Dhuri, which it's called, I think, AP Solvex, where they're making rice bran. So again, it's related with the farmer. You have pesticide companies, you have pharmaceutical companies that need medicine and herbs, that need these kind of herbs. I am in dialogue with them regardless of the elections. I've been in dialogue with them for the last 6 to 9 months to see what they want and how I can tie them up with the farmers and try and get the farmers to link up directly. The problem is that they may want to buy the produce and take it. So now I have these Jathebandis who may say this is contract farming. It's not contract farming. So, I mean, it is indirectly.
And how are you going to, pacify the farmers, Jathebandis, up in the arms against you?
But the fact is that if I can convince the people who need this product, if they can set up smaller plants in Punjab, then it's not contract farming. So it's very difficult. Your question 15 minutes ago, that how do you deal and encourage any industry to come into Punjab in this environment is the biggest challenge we have today. So we need a strong arm like the BJP, obviously like the Prime Minister, and obviously like the Home Minister of India to take control of what's going on here. It's anarchy.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that was candidate from Sangrur, Bharatiya Janata Party's candidate, Arvind Khanna for you. And that's all from our end. For more updates and latest coverage on the election, stay tuned to The Savera.